So tonight we have Nick going to be talking to us about how to basically trade. He's going to tell us everything we need to know to be successful at technology, because technology is just one part of the battle that we have to overcome, right? So let's take that out of the equation and learn how to trade MT5. So is that a good intro for you? You want to take it from there?
It was a little bar was a little higher than I planned, but yeah.
Everything you need to know about trading, Nick's going to unveil. And if you're not a profitable trader after what Nick has to say, then that is because you didn't pay attention.
Because Nick didn't teach you enough.
I'm just kidding.
Let's see.
Trying to put the pressure on you.
I feel it. It's the hot seat all over again.
It's all no.
Okay. So yeah, what we're talking about today is MT5. So what is MT5? I don't have a slideshow. I'm just going to kind of show you guys MT5 and click around and take questions. But MT5 is a platform that we can use to place trades. It is not a broker. It is not a prop firm. It's just some software that helps you place trades. So if you came from the apiary funds, it would be similar to Alveo without any money connected to it. So Alveo is, connected to you can change your up in the right hand corner which account, and MetaTrader kind of has a similar thing. MetaTrader is made by MetaQuotes. That is the company. And let's say, so they have a MetaTrader 5 website. I will show you. Move my Zoom toolbar. So there's lots of stuff here. You can download MetaTrader here. You can use the web version of it. There is help somewhere in here. Let's see, trading platform maybe. Lots of information about it. Well, I think it was called, let me see. Yeah, so MetaTrader 5 help. So they have lots of help information here, getting started, trading operations, probably some of the stuff I'm going to go over. But if you wanted to go find it, it is very much out there. Now let's keep this down. MQL. So we can come back to this, but MetaQuotes, the company, has their own programming language called MQL. I don't know if MetaTrader is written in MQL, but you can customize the software yourself using MQL. I don't know what that stands for. Maybe MetaQuotes language, but anyway, I'll show you the website later, but there's a reference where you can, download things and learn how to program your own custom things for MetaTrader. So I think what we'll start with is I'll show you what it looks like to install MetaTrader. So I have already got the MetaTrader 5 setup file here. You could see that on the MetaTrader 5 website. Interesting. So if you're doing your Forex like we've been doing, you want to kind of have a different copy of MetaTrader for each one of the accounts you're copying to. And so something you can do to facilitate that is you can click this settings button here, You can change the folder that your MetaTrader installs into. So you can install it into receiver 2 instead. And that way you get like a new unique MetaTrader client under a different name. You can also just copy. Oh, this is super slow. You can also just copy. I don't know. We'll come back to that. Well, oh, there we go.
See, right there is worth the price of admission right there to have multiple for software. See, look, it's 3 already on here. So
yes, so now that would be my third. And you can see here this one installed to I named it MetaTrader 5 receiver 1, and this one is just receiver 2. And you can
that's how you can install same company, Nick Spicy. Brandon asking you, do you go over that one more time, but slower?
Yeah. It opened right away. Look at that. So yeah, thanks for reading those questions. I don't have the chat up. I wonder if I could bring the chat up. Okay, yeah, so I have the setup file. So if you're just installing MetaTrader, and then you, on the very first screen, you click settings instead of next. So if you click settings, it will let you choose your install location. This is where you just, rename it whatever you want. As long as it's in a separate folder from the other ones, you get another one. I don't know what happens if you try to put it in the same one again. You might get an error, but you can try that if you want to. We'll back out of this so we don't.
So do you have your Pete wants you to get your comments up so that he can make sure that you know when what he's talking.
I moved them over to my secondary screen.
So. What? When did this happen? You have 2 monitors? When
just
did this happen?
Just right now. Okay. So here's what it looks like when you first install it. You have your mailbox, which gives you some messages I would never read, but sometimes they're important. You get a MetaQuotes demo account right off the bat. It is worth $10,000. This demo, which I'll show you in a second, is the reason why you have data. If you sign out of this, you have no more charts. So you gotta have something to give you a chart. And so this account is given it, I think. You have a bunch of windows. So you have charts, a bunch opened. We probably only need one. So we have our chart. You have a kind of a split screen here. You have a couple buttons for one-click trading, and you've got a bunch of windows. And so I will show you where all these come from. This is the market watch window. It, as you can see, kind of has your bid, your ask, and your daily change. The only thing I find this useful for is the spread. So I put on the spread and I take off the daily change, and then I make it real small, usually like this. A little bit bigger, but you can kind of see there's a 1 here. And that is pretty much the spread. Most of the time, unless you're talking money, MetaTrader shows things in what's called points, which is actually like a fraction of a pip. So this is 1/10 of a pip, not 1 pip. And you'll see this all the way across the system. It's kind of confusing, and it kind of causes you a lot of problems if you're trying to put in like a stop loss of 5 pips and you put in 5, which would be 5 points, which would be half of a pip. So don't do that. Okay, here you have your navigator. Navigator is pretty helpful, important for, this is where you're gonna find your accounts that you're trying to trade inside of, your indicators, your expert advisors, and your scripts. That's the main things that I use this for. It's kind of like that top menu in Alveo where you're dragging down stuff for your charts. Inside accounts, this is where you've opened your prop firm account or your demo account and you're trying to get logged into it. You can do that from here. So you can right click on it. If my computer will stop being super slow. And there is an option for log into trade account, but I always go to the open an account. The reason why I go to open an account is because you can search for your broker when you open an account. So for example, FTMO, so the first thing you got to pick is like the company that you're trying to link to. So for something like FTMO, you would search that first and you would get FTMO here. If you go to login, it assumes you've already searched it, I think. So you would pick next. And then once you get here, you can do different things. You're probably not going to be opening a real live account from this screen, so you're going to be connecting with an existing one. When you sign up for an account, whether it be a demo account or a prop firm account, you get a login and a password, and you can pick your server. FTMO has demo accounts, and then they have actual real accounts. And so if you're trying to do your FTMO demo challenge, you would be on the FTMO demo server. It will tell you that when you sign up. So just pay attention to your credentials. If you're on a real one, it would probably be one of these two. So you're probably gonna have to make sure you pick the correct one. I would imagine if you pick the wrong one, your trades, it won't let you sign in publicly. I don't know that for sure. So down here is what's called the toolbox. You can see over here on the left, this little name of it is toolbox. You find quite a bit of stuff down here. This is where your trades will appear, your balance. You have your history tab, which I use a lot. It tells you trade by trade what happened, and you can export a report of all your trades. Usually I do to Microsoft Office. And it will export whatever period of time you already have. So you want to set that appropriately. Right now it's set to the entire history of this trading account, which is nothing at the moment. But you can pick today, 3 days, a custom period. And then that actually gives you more information. I think I have, I don't have Excel on here, so you can't look at it. But yeah, it gives you graphs and some extra metrics if you want to look at what your trading history has been like. If you have, where the journal is where I go to kind of see if I'm having some problems or things aren't behaving well. Journal is the first place I go look for error messages. So here, there's some things I think that was related to me trying to open an account. Basically, it was like you didn't do things, but you can see trading has been enabled and we successfully logged into MetaQuotes. If I were to switch to a different account right now, you would see that I got connected in here and it would show. And if things were failing, or like if you're using some of the EAs, like the Talon or the Anubis, you'll see messages in here as well. So it can be helpful if things aren't acting the way that you think they're supposed to act. This is one of the first places you would go. I think experts is the similar, but specifically for EAs, which we'll cover in here in a second. But you'll find those messages here. I don't look at any of this other stuff. So if you were to close these things by accident, like so, and we can even close this, you would be able to find those again here in the view. You have your market watch window, you have your navigator window, you have your toolbox window. So everything, all the little windows is here. There's a few more. Your data window is, I think, kind of like a level 2 book. It's not populated. Oh, maybe MetaQuotes doesn't populate it. I can show you when I go to my other one. Depth of market. Oh, maybe this is the level 2. I don't know really how accurate or how to read this, but I guess there's 5 micro lots at this price right now. I don't know. I don't know that it's super helpful. It might be, but there's a depth of market. So something let me switch out of this into one that has some things.
How do you get back the chart?
How do you get on the chart? Excellent
How you
question.
get back the chart? Yeah.
Let me. So I have, so you can see here what it's like when you aren't connected to anything, like what I was talking about a minute ago. I don't have any chart data, even though I have a chart up. I'll go ahead and connect to I have a Fivers account here. Okay, so if you don't have a chart, there's a couple ways to get one. You can go here, create new chart with this little squiggle. It has there's a way to customize this, but I mean, it has like your base ones here. You click it and there it is. You can have more than one chart. When you do, you get a tab down here so you can switch between them. It's kind of how you can know how many you have open, unless they're in a grid, which you can push this grid button and it will line them up in little perfect squares. If I had more charts, I could push the grid button and it would arrange them like that. Let's see what happens if we have 4. Yeah, so it'll put them into 4. And you can see down here, I still have the tab. So that changes which one's active. Which one's active? So when you click on the charts itself, that changes which chart is actually like you're working on it. So then when you come up here for a drawing tool, it will take effect on that chart, not on the other charts. As you can see, none of those did anything, and I was able to put a line on that one. So which chart you have active makes a difference for what you're trying to do up here. Let me close those. Okay, so these toolbars, these, like, for example, these drawing toolbars, each one of them can be moved around. There's like these dotted lines here, and you can kind of grab it and pull it away. You can put it somewhere else if you would like. And they're customizable. So you can right click on them and click customize, and there's additional options. So you can add, oh, I want to really see the 2-minute chart or the 3-minute chart or the 4-minute chart. You can insert those and it will make it one of the things that you can now choose. Right here, and actually kept the order that I had it in. So it's over here between the week and the month, which is kind of weird. Same for the drawing tools. There's actually way more drawing tools. I lived without stuff for a long time before I found out that they were in here, and you could do your Fibonacci expansion or your fan, and you can just click insert and they become some of the things that you can choose from. So then they're now available. I think you can actually get to them in here as well. Somewhere, objects. Nope. Well, they're somewhere. Here, lines, channels. So this is a little bit more categorized for you. So insert objects. So you want to have well, you can do it 2 ways. So you can go objects, shapes. I'm guessing an ellipse. And then I can wait for it to stop lagging. Oh, whoa. I've actually never tried to draw a ellipse, Megan. but so that's not the behavior I would have expected. Let's go in here and see if there's a different. Well, rectangle, I think, would be way more straightforward. Draw a rectangle. Yeah, that was better. You may have to live without a circle. I think like I could probably put it over here. There we go. It looks like you got to make a triangle out of it. So let's try again. Insert objects, shapes, ellipse. Nope. Oh, there we go.
I got a question. Maybe you
Yes.
don't. Can you do continuous chart drawing, or is that not a thing?
I don't think so. I have not seen a setting like that.
Lee says, "I wish." Yeah, me too.
Okay, so
I always doodle a zoom anyways. I use Zoom for all my drawings.
All right, Megan, I think I got it. So you're gonna do 2 lines, one click, and then take the final one and drag it. And now we have a circle. Why did they do it like that? I don't know. But that's
Those are
how you
programmers. Ones and zeros.
okay. Let's see. So it comes with a lot of indicators. You got a lot of the stuff you're used to having. And you got a bunch of extra stuff. I don't use indicators, but you can have mini indicators per chart. So you can just drag it over there onto you can click and drag it onto your chart. You get to do some settings here, like what do you want your period to be and some colors, levels. I don't know if you guys want to really dive into indicator customizations, but it'll appear on the chart. You can drag in another one. I think the number of indicators you can have is unlimited. There's some that kind of get their own window, and then there's some that are on top. If you want to see all the indicators you have on your chart, you can right click, you go to indicator list. There they are. You can remove them or change their properties. Otherwise, they're kind of invisible, unlike EAs. You don't see like a little icon up in the corner. EAs are trading robots. So there's kind of there's 3 really, big categories in the customization on MT5. There's indicators, there's expert advisors, and then there's scripts. Indicators are, I had a strict definition of it, which I can go look at in a second, but they're really like kind of your moving averages. They're giving you information and calculations on the chart. Your expert advisors are trading robots, and you can have only 1 per chart. So I have Talon here. I can drag it on. I can hit OK. I can't hit OK because I don't have my license on there. Let's see. Load. Okay. So now I have an EA on this chart, and I can do a new chart here. So I have 2 charts, you can see. I'll drop it to a 5. I'll make it a grid. You can see Talon's still on here, and I have a little hat here. This hat is showing that I have an EA on this chart. I do not have an EA on this chart. You can also see in your expert list, Talon is there on my Euro USD H1 chart. It is not on my M5 chart. You can change the properties of it by going in here and clicking properties. You can remove it by clicking remove here, or if you look over here under your navigator, the account that you're currently logged into is bold. And you can see under that account, your EA is listed. You can also remove it from here. Your EA itself will have like a is it turned on or off type of thing, but your whole MT5 also has a button. Algo trading. If this is not on, none of your EAs are going to work. So this is like a super setting to turn off all EAs. So if you had 4 charts with 4 EAs, none of them would work if this was off, as opposed to needing to change each one to be on it. So if you want your EA to work, you have to turn on algo trading. And you can see in our journal, we got stuff saying expert talent is loaded, automated trading enabled. There's a few extra settings that you need. So tools and options. Under your expert advisors, this is the same button, allow algorithmic trading, as this button here. So turning this off would disable it up here. We have a few other things like disable algo trading when the account has been changed. So if you were to come over here and if I were to want to leave my Fivers account and go to my MetaTrader demo account, if this is checked, it would automatically turn off my EA for me. It would be like, oh, anytime I change my account, I want my EA to be off by default. This one, when you change your profile, the EA would be off. This one is anytime I change from like an M1 to an M5, it turns the EA off. And then I don't know anything about the Python API, but something similar there. So these are really more like protection mechanisms. So you're not like, if you had an EA, ours are more like teaching EAs, the ones that we tend to use, but there are some EAs that just run all the time. They just trade all the time for you and they're on all the time. And so maybe you're doing something else and you don't want, this would prevent your EA from just being on and trading all of a sudden without you realizing it. Okay. There's another cool thing called you can set things to your favorites. So favorites down here in your navigator, you can click over and you can have a list of favorite scripts, favorite EAs, favorite indicators, and additionally you can add them as hotkeys. So if you go to navigate hotkeys and you find your Talon, I can put it on like a control 1. And I think I just did okay. We'll double check that that actually set. Yep. And then I could remove this. And then I can do like a control 1. And it will prompt me. It's just like Dragon Talon over there, except I don't have to go find it. That way you can close all this stuff maybe and get more screen space. And then I can just do control 1, put on my Talon, or maybe I do like control 2, put on a novice, and I don't have to like go stop trading and go find all that stuff. So another thing is the marketplace. And so we like to use the break-even indicator and the candle timer. You can get there with this. Where's the shopping bag? No shopping bag. Oh, maybe because I got rid of the navigator. Nope.
Is it the money symbol? No. Yeah, where is your
Must not be there.
no shopping for you?
Yeah, maybe I got rid of it. Where's the bag? Interesting. No marketplace. Maybe because I'm not connected to the market. Let me close this. Let's see what happens. Normally, there's a shopping bag.
Yeah, it's right next to the IDE usually.
Maybe I messed it up when I did that. No. Well, we could find it somewhere else.
It's go under tools. Oh yeah, it's under tools, and you don't have it there.
Interesting. Well, maybe probably because I don't have the MetaTrader demo account, which would be a weird side effect. But let me go back to the one we just installed. I bet it has it.
Yeah, there it
There it
is.
is.
There it is.
I got it now. Now
Yeah,
you have free.
so it must be
stuff.
linked. So when you install MetaTrader, you get this MetaQuotes demo, and MetaQuotes is related to the shopping bag because it's their marketplace. So this is like the Android or App Store. You go here to get things like pre-built things. So you can buy this Quantum Emperor EA trading robot for $1,199 if you wanted to. You can search here for a candle timer. We like to use this Gecko Blautek candle timer. It is free. If I click free, if I click it and I click download, it would like me to have an account with the MetaQuotes. So basically, kind of like if you're on your iPhone and you're trying to download a app from the Apple Store, it would be like, well, you got to use your Apple ID to log in. So I do have one. It is. I have to go find my password. One moment, please. Trevor, are you asking if it's possible or if I would do it right now? Okay. Okay. I don't want any of these things. I think last time I tested this, it said it encouraged me to leave VPS checks. I don't really know what that means, but I'm gonna do it so it doesn't happen. Now I should be logged in. I am okay. Download. Okay, so it downloaded, and then you can see that it appeared over here on the right. We can open a chart. We can put our new indicator on this chart. And then nothing happened.
Ta-da!
I don't know. Maybe I need like one-click trading or something. Well, let's go
If
back.
they enable it, just I accept the terms, but I don't think that's it.
I have a question.
Yes, click.
When you start, you said it gives you 10,000. Can you change that balance?
You can't change it. You have to open up a new account, but you can delete that one. So
Correct. Once it's opened, that is the amount, but you can make a new one. If you just right click here and open an account, you can pick MetaQuotes like we were talking about earlier and hit next. And then you can do open a demo account, trade virtual money next. And then right here, I can name it. I don't know why it gives that name. That's crazy. Nick. This is me and my email. And I can pick my leverage 1 to 100, and right here I can change the amount. It's set to $100,000. I guess these are my options. 3, 5, 10.
You can also type whatever amount you want.
Oh, I want 5 million.
You can do 5 million.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes.
Maybe. I've done 1 million.
I agree. I won't let me put that.
Let me do.
Oh wait, no, it just wants my phone number.
Yeah, want your phone number. So everybody, that's Nick's phone number. Go ahead and call him.
2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 3. Okay. New account opened. Finish. All right.
Make a 1/4% in that every day.
$5 million. I would take me a while to figure out my lot size.
It's not going to be 0.01.
I don't know why the candle timer is not showing up. Oh, this chart isn't. Oh, there it's moving now.
Where's it putting it? Is if it's putting it over here, you might need to move it to the left a little bit. Hit that guy.
Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah, so another feature button
like
here that will shift your chart from being on the far edge over, give you a little space, and apparently it will reveal the candle timer. So placing a trade, you got a couple ways. The one-click trading, which we just had to accept, works off of here. You can buy or sell market order, and this would be your lot size. If you do this, you will not have a take profit or a stop loss. So we can buy. I guess I gotta accept it again. To buy. So I placed the buy. You can see here, I have some information down here, including that it's a buy and how big it is. 0.0, the volume is the number of lots. And you can see I don't have a take profit or a stop loss. You can modify this by double clicking on that specific trade. And you have two options here. You can put in a price for your stop loss, or you can put in points for your stop loss. This would be, like I said, a fraction of a pip. So if I wanted my stop loss to be, I don't know if I can put this back in 0. Let's cancel this. When in doubt, get back out. So if I wanted my stop loss to be 10 pips, I'd multiply that by 10. This is 10 points. So this is 10 pips. And I would hit modify. And then it would give me a stop loss. You can do the same thing for your take profit. You can customize what shows up here by right-clicking and then going to columns. You can add comments, which is helpful for our EAs. So whenever you see a trade placed by Talon or Anubis, it'll have like a special comment over here. And you can also put in, maybe that's all I put, but I do like to change my profit to points instead of money. So right now I'm losing, or I'm winning 9 cents. This is money. If I change it to points, it's just shy of 1 pip. So depending on what you prefer, I mean, I think in pips when I'm trying to do my trading, but if you like to think in money, you can put it back to money. Same goes for over here on the history page. You can see where things landed. I like to add the commission into there so I can see how much my trade costs. And then maybe that's the only thing I like to add. I guess I also add comments sometimes. So then you can see, okay, if I close this out, I can come over here to my history. I didn't have commission because this is a demo account, but if this wasn't a demo account, you can see here how much this cost. Yes, 10, Ed. Logan, there's a few trade managers for this kind of stuff. There's one, so Anubis, some of us use Anubis and Talon as trade managers, so we can quickly change our take profit and stop loss. A long time ago in the code base, I found something called like a simple order panel, and it came not very friendly, uncompiled, but it let me, I think I maybe still have it on here. Let me go look. Take this off, but you could search the marketplace for it. Yes, simple order panel. So for example, it just lets you put your lots, your stop loss, your take profit, buy and sell. I think there's extra settings. And I think maybe Dave will make us a nice one someday.
What?
For simple things. We hope. But I think, yeah, there's some things in here that's like move your stop loss and things. There's special buttons, but in general, though, there isn't like, it doesn't come as part of MT5. Or yeah, you can use Duke's order panel. Another way to place a trade is in new order. This gives you kind of the full menu here. You can even leave a comment. You can set your volume, your stop loss, your take profit, and you can make it a pending order or a market order, and you put it in that way too. It's a little tedious though if you're scalping. If you're doing something like the hour or the day, that would probably be perfect. Let's see, what else did we want to talk about? Oh yeah, templates. So you can see I'm running a template here. If you have a configuration set up, you can always right click and then come down to templates and save it. And that will let you name it something. This is a template that I think Dave made that resembles kind of what we're used to. Things that's clear, easy to see. And I took it from him and I'm using it. You can customize your thing in charts and properties. So you have a lot of options here. You can change colors for pretty much any of the things that you want. You can change how the bid price line, the ask price line. You can make it show a grid. You can turn on trade history, turn off trade history. So
you can also, just so I don't know if you're going to get to this, but the default templates, you can do that. Do you know that one? Yeah, I didn't see you had it in there. So if you right click on templates and you save a template,
save template,
and you call it default, it'll load that one up every time you open up a new chart, whatever default is.
Oh, nice.
So if you have the candle timer on there and the all your indicators or whatever you use, you save it as default, and it'll automatically load your indicators, your EAs, whatever you have. So if you throw on the candle timer and anything else, and then you save it as default, every time you open up the chart, it'll automatically have that on there, so you don't have to drag and drop it on every single time. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's once you get everything just the way you like it, you just save it and then it'll be there. So another so trade levels and trade history, if you have trades, so you can turn this on and you can see trade history where I have been trading. Red is a sell order, and then blue is like kind of a buy order, but it's like this is a buy to close. Another thing is you can turn this, so there's two. This one gives you space at the end of the chart, and this was an auto scroll. So if auto scroll is on, you'll always be as far to the right as you can be, but you can't scroll back in time. It will snap back. And so if you're trying to look historically, you got to turn that off. And then you can drag the chart backwards as far as you want. And you can see your trading history, like I sold, and then I bought to close here. I bought, and then I sold the close here, and it's got a little line connecting the two. Another cool thing you can do is this screenshot icon. So you click it, you get a few options. You have your whole active workspace. You have your chart as is, or a chart kind of as you define it. And then I'm not sure what happens if I turn that off, but it actually stores, MQL stores it for you. So you don't have to save it in a folder or anything. It just comes up in here. I guess I'm not logged in, otherwise I'd have a gallery, but here is a screenshot of my whole workspace, and then some links, a link to the page that I'm looking at right now, a link to that image specifically, a link to embed that chart, and I don't know what BB code is, but for a little while I was doing this just to screenshot all my stuff, and then I would use this image link and I post it to Discord, and it would show up. So that's kind of cool for not having to maintain those images. I guess they're all just stored in MT5. Trade levels. So another one is like, if you are like me and you put a lot of trades on and you can't see anymore, you can turn off trade levels. I don't have any trades on right now, but it would hide those lines for a second so you can see your chart again. But you can also turn that stuff back off. Your object list. So I know I'm getting kind of in the weeds here. Let me put back on Talon. MT5 keeps track of the objects that are on your chart. And so this is my EURUSD M1. That's because I right-clicked on it and clicked object list. So here's all my objects. These are horizontal lines and trend lines that I drew previously. And then if you click list all, it'll actually give you the pieces of the EA, which isn't always a great thing, but you can see talons here, and there's like rectangles and things. I haven't used it this way, but if talon's ever like frozen on your chart, you might try deleting it off this way. But you can do like a Control A to select them all and then delete. I don't know, doesn't look good, but yeah, basically it deletes all of those charts off of all of the objects off of my chart, and then I will just remove talon because that did help. Dave helped me bring this up. I don't remember how we got it, but it will adjust the amount of space on the right. I use that a lot whenever my chart goes down behind an object that I have here.
It's just under grid lines on the template.
Under grid lines.
Template, yeah, template settings or properties.
Yeah, properties. That seems right.
And then you have the chart shift right there.
Chart shift.
We had it.
Oh, it's up there.
Yeah, but we had it.
We had to show grid, right?
Yeah, we had it. Yeah, you had to show that to bring the color back to white, and then I deselected it again because for some reason it was black, and black on black didn't look very good.
Oh, okay.
So
well, it's very helpful to have.
If you click chart shift and you don't see it, then you have to just do the grid lines, and then you can take them off again, because I don't like the grid lines personally, but
yeah, they're intense.
Hard on the eyes. The grid is right there in the middle.
Turn that back off. And anyway, once you get this thing, you can adjust where the chart lands, which is helpful for when you have, like, for example, talon on for the third, fourth time. And your daily profits are down here. So if let's make it bigger. Nope. There we go. So if this was hiding and it was hard to see, I could like move this over, and there. Now it's not blocked anymore. Okay. Let's see. What
How
was
do you
it?
generate this?
How do you generate what?
How
The
you generate
line
what?
you just moved. The little triangle at the top, this white triangle.
You most likely have to turn the grid on and then use it and then turn the grid back off again.
You mean when you right click and go to
Yeah. Let me go
You have to shift the charts. When you turn on the shift charts option, it'll pop that up.
Under common. So if you right click on it and
there.
I click on it,
this
right.
this is what I know to shift it. So this one
You
up there.
know,
After you click it though, after you click it on and off, it'll be up there.
Oh,
If you don't have that template on that height. You might have to have the grid on to see it.
yeah,
Are
well,
you-
unfortunately, with my if you're using my template that I built, I turn the grid off. So right click on it and it'll show them really quick.
this
Right
is
click
what
on
I
it.
use.
Right click on the chart. No, you can do that, but right click on the chart. What I did in my template that is causing it is in the colors where you say grid, it's default to none. So you won't see it because it's none. So I gotta just change the color and then you'll see it if you're using my template. And so that's what it could be.
Oh yes, good note, Duke. There is these bulk operations. Let me add actually let me go back. Not real account. If you have on a bunch of trades, you can right click and there is a menu for bulk operations. Mostly it looks like they're for closing things, but you can close all, you can close profitable, you can close losing, close the sells, which is what I have. I'm sure close buys would be on there if I had buys. This is for this chart specifically, if you had positions on multiple charts. So close all would just go through and close everything, hopefully rapidly. What was the other? There's two indicators. Oh, the break-even line. So the break-even line, or there is a break-even line. Am I back on the no shopping?
Yeah, you don't have a shopping cart on this
What the
one.
heck? Is it because I have too much money?
Yeah. They don't want your money anymore.
Weird. Or well, market. You can also click on buy from the market. Is this the one we did? Did we even do one from the store before? Oh, this one. I remember. MMT. So if you don't have one of those EA things, you can do this.
I also built a thing for Pete yesterday. I don't know if you have that or if he shared that with you or not.
He did send it to me before, but he didn't have it working yet, and I didn't want to. It was like the dead time of the market, so I was like, didn't try to make it work.
That's for some that I built a script yesterday for people who want to set all their stop losses in the same place and didn't have the EA functionality
Oh,
to
nice.
do it.
Coming soon. Okay, let's see. We opened the manuals. We add additional content. Okay, we did all the things except for stop levels and prices versus points. I don't remember where we end up seeing that, but I do remember where you can change this to points. And then,
which is super nice when you're
oops.
needing to add a stop loss or take profit down here in your trades. Oh, you're doing points.
Oh, like double clicking on it.
Yeah.
So you can do it here. So before we were looking at doing it as a price, which I think, not stop on price. So now you would do it, you would define your stop loss in points. So you can do 10 pips, which is, a factor of 10 here. And then I hit modify. And then it would be, oh, it's above myself, but so right here is the stop loss. Here is the pending order that I accidentally put on, and then here is the stop loss 10 pips away. Oh yes, and the crosshair. The most important drawing tool is right here, the crosshair, Control F. You use this to measure. So you go from one spot to another, and it has a few. It shows you at first the price that you've arrived on. So 1.06355. 6 bars. So this is time. How many bars is this left to right? So you can see it gets bigger as I go to the right and to the left. Since I'm on the 1 minute chart, 6 bars or 13 bars is 13 minutes, 1 bar per minute. And then points, again, this is just a reminder, if you forget that, like you can see right here, it says 58 points, which is 5.8 pips. I've never used that percentage increase, but guess that's a thing too. Oh, there's a new order button right here too. So you can do it here. You can set your stop loss in. Oh, so this is where we changed. So it shows up again. Earlier, if you guys remember, you could see that really complicated new order screen. Now we have this one. So we've got instant market order, and then it's stuck and broken. But then you pick your volume, and then you can set it here in terms of pips instead of a price. Okay, well, that's all the stuff I had to cover. If anybody wants to ask any questions, or if Dave, you want to know about anything else.
Yeah, how do you make sure you're 100% profitable in MT5?
You join the live trade room every morning.
Great answer.
8 and 10 Central.
How do you get the rewind button in MT5?
The rewind button.
Undo indicator.
The undo indicator only works by not placing trades.
If you have lines on your chart, can you remove them all at once?
Yes.
Wonderful.
So that object list, that will be where all drawings are. So let me draw some stuff on here real quick. So we got this.
That's a good question that I'd ask too once you're done with this one.
So we've got 3 lines now. If you were to go to object list, you can see I have 3 trend lines here. They're all selected already, but you can do Control A. I think you can actually just like pick them to like a shift click, and then you can click delete, and then they go away.
So there's no tab on this.
There's no what?
There's no tab on the taskbar. You could click and remove them all at once.
Not that I know of. Like just a button in here that's like remove all drawings.
The way you would click on the top, the taskbar above, that pane above, you would click.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like a shortcut up here.
Yeah, you just click on it and it removes.
Oh, haven't seen anything like that. So I'm gonna say no. There might be a way to get the objects list as a button. No, I don't think so. Not that I know of anyway.
So if you were drawing, then, for example, if
Uh-huh.
you wanted to draw, say, a number of support, or say, could you do that without clicking several times up here?
Like oh yeah, the continuous draw. I don't think so. I can look that up later and see if there's a way to do it. But I just have to click several times right now. Let's see. Insert objects.
You know, like on all view, you could just go and you click
Yeah.
the red X and it clears everything.
I don't think so. I bet if this was like a make or break thing for you, we could probably get a script. There is a script for like clean everything that you just
Like
drag
color
on
all
and it
chart
would probably
objects,
just
yeah.
it would just wipe it all, like it basically just delete all objects from the object list. And it would probably be a fairly simple script to write. But without it, I would say no.
Yeah, so MT5 is just like a basic model, and you got to add all the bells and whistles to it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So there's very few things that it'll do out of the box, and so you got to add all the bells and whistles that you want, right? But the nice thing about it is that if you go into the shopping cart, a lot of times people have already built bells and whistles, and you can find a lot of things in there, right? So,
the market.
right. So couple things real quick. Ed asks, how do you plot your trades? And
Yeah,
obviously, yeah,
it's just kind of on by default. I think I have it off this second, but there's this trade history, and then I've only taken one trade in here, but you can see if you right click and turn it on, it shows your, and it's just there for all time. Like if you look at my chart here, trade history, you can see I took some trades there, and then I think.
But if you also want a more in-depth analysis of your history, if you go over to history, in the tab, so that's your plotting trades, but you can also right click on your history, to right click anywhere in there, and then you can pull all history, last 3 months, last month, custom period.
Yes.
So if you just want to see what your day is, your trading day, it'll give you like a chart. Like go ahead and pick one, just all history, and then
I don't think I have
and then
that.
you can and that gives you all history, and then you right click on that, and then you can export that
Yes, you
as
can
a
do
report, or you can open HTML. Just do a quick HTML. I'll show you.
in my templates. Maybe. Ta-da!
And then I think if you scroll down to the bottom, it gives you just a quick totals of everything. Yeah, it gives you your equity curve. I think it actually gives you
You draw
Sharp
down.
ratio
It
right
does
there.
have a ratio. Oh, right here.
Mm-hmm.
0.7.
All that kind of stuff right there. So it gives you your if you do it for the day, then you can see how profitable, percent of daily return, all that kind of stuff. So
And
there's
then
that.
your deals is like each transaction, like a buy, a sell, a sell. And then the positions is round trip, so it just shows you profit. But here, oh yeah, commissions, so you can see 0.08. This actually has it split, I think.
So you can get pretty granular. You can export this to an Excel spreadsheet and keep stats yourself and all that fun stuff, you know.
Yeah, you can calculate it.
Because some people like doing that. And then
course.
the other question, if you go back to the chart,
Oops.
so there's a quick button if you have more than one chart on. If you hit this window right there, it will put them space them out. So if you had 4 charts, you could put all 4 on here. If you wanted to align them differently, now you can just grab the chart and put them anywhere you want on here. And so if you wanted to, however you want to align it, you can customize it. You can actually pop the chart out so you can have it floating in on another monitor. I think you have to right click on this down here in order to do that. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, there you go, docked or undocked. And then now he can take it and put it on a different monitor if he wants, all that kind of stuff, right? So if you were trading with 2 monitors, 3 monitors, 4 monitors, you can have different pairs on different monitors, all that fun stuff. So how to manipulate your charts. And I gotta say, thank you, Nick. You're a good luck for me tonight in trading. So
Oh, good.
hit my goal in 2 of my copy accounts. Well, I got 2 more to do. So yeah. Who would trade multiple pairs? No, if you want to have multiple time frames. So what are some other, maybe anybody that knows any other tips and tricks that
Yeah, what's your
um,
favorite?
yeah, my favorite tip and trick? I do you went over bulk operations. That was pretty cool.
Mhm.
That's something I would use before I had the EAs all the time, was closing all. You can there's the trailing stop pending orders. So if you use a pending order like on a news, I don't know if you talked about pending orders
I
before, how to put a
didn't.
pending order. So that's kind of cool. So if you click, so what Nick did is if he clicks anywhere on the chart. So if he clicks in, yeah, go to where price is. If you click up here or in here, it's going to place your if you right click on the chart, it'll put your pending order wherever you right click on the chart. So if you wanted it there, then you could go to trading or right there. And I guess you could do a sell limit too, or a buy stop right there under trading, and it puts it right wherever you right clicked on the chart. So that's kind of the neat thing. So you don't have to put price in. Just a quick way to do that, right? So you don't have to go to new order and make it a pending order.
And it is using this amount when you do that. So you can see that it says it's for sell limit 0.04, which is coming from there. I guess middle mouse button.
A bigger chart.
You click the middle mouse button wheel thing, you get your crosshairs to come up. You are welcome.
Let's see, anything else that I'd use? I mean, there's one thing that I don't use it. I don't think anybody else uses it, but you can get out of positions. You can take let's say you're in a trade like 1 lot and you want to close out half of your position, you can do that and keep the other half going. you do things like that with MT5.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can do back testing with it. I don't know. Oh, there's something that's kind of more advanced and maybe we won't want to go over, but I know Josh does this a lot with the notifications. You can have you can put your email in there and you can enable push notifications. You can send it as a mobile, you connect it to your phone
Oh,
and
interesting.
it'll alert you if your trades are, getting close to a certain price. If you want to get in or out or whatever, you can do that, and that's kind of handy there as well. So I know that I don't use that, but I know Josh does a lot. So you can enable, email, all that kind of stuff.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, is there a way to change the opacity of the sell and take profit lines? I think so. I don't. I think there is. If you go into templates real quick, let me just double click on mine. It's going to be under your colors and be like your custom. Yeah. So I think. Nope. I don't see an opacity thing in there.
I guess you could just pick a lighter color, but not,
Yeah,
not
you
change
could pick a
that.
lighter color for sure, right? That matches the background color,
Yeah, I don't
closer to the
see it.
background color. It'll be more opaque. But this is something that I use a lot. What I've seen lately with the hot seaters, where if you have your EA over here, I don't like to have it over my chart, so I like to have my EA in this blank space right here. So I will shift my chart over to give me room for my EA, my trading EA, right? Because I hate having it cover data that I'll need. So that's something that I use a lot. Those are my personal, top things,
Right.
and then top things that I use all the time. Any other last questions? Any other thoughts before we go into our hot seat session and unfound all the mysteries of trading? That's what we're going to do in the next session. We're going to tackle all the mysteries of trading. Define it all.
Wow,
Any last questions? I mean, honestly, guys, it's about pushing the buttons. So the more familiar you are, the better. The more familiar you are with where things are at, all that kind of stuff. Push the buttons. There's not a whole lot of difference if you're coming over from one platform to another. It's just finding where the buttons are at, right? So, you did go over one-click trading, right?
Yes, briefly. Basically, though, when you try to use it, it will prompt you to enable it. But these are the one-click trading. I mean, besides right-click.
The default built-in things.
Yeah, the default built-in one-click trading happens here. You can just drop this menu down and you can click a buy or a sell and it'll just appear on your chart with no stop loss, no take profit. And then you can edit those down here after you click it.
Yeah, I have a question, Nick and Dave. So when we're Forexing, like I have this set up on my FTMO, but now every time I add a broker with a new MT5 chart, the first part of my question is I have to name it something different, right? Every time I have a different broker, I have to have like MT 5.1, MT 5.2, putting up 3, or is it always?
So when you go and you buy a challenge from a different broker, they will give you their version of MT5. So kind of like he's just showing you meta quotes here, but wait, this one's 5%ers, right? But you can download their version and it'll give you a different instance. But if you want to get more in technical and involved, like I don't want to have like, for me, let's say I had 10 accounts. I don't want to have 10 softwares open. So I'll have just 4 of these guys that are open, and one will be my parent, and then I'll have 3 kids,
Mhm.
and then I'll just shift into another grouping, and I'll just open up that parent and then the kids in this.
Okay.
So they're just in there.
So
But that's more advanced. So that's when you're adding more than 4 or whatever, right? But you do need to have anytime you have a parent and a child, they need to be in their own software program, because you cannot copy trade into the same software. So that's what Nick was showing at the very beginning on how to save it
right,
into
that's
another
my
folder,
question. So
right?
but I do that by just giving the file a different name, correct?
Yeah, when you
And every
install it,
new
right?
broker, right?
I don't know if it's a different name per se, just in a folder, a different folder.
Okay. So the second part of my question is, when I have in FTMO, I have my default template set up.
Mm-hmm.
Does MetaQuotes MT5 save it? So when I open in a new broker, I can use my same default, or do I have to recreate it every time I do it?
You can go get it. So over here in this one is where Dave had me save it as default. If you go to click save template, you can kind of see.
Yep,
it's loaded.
that's how I load my default. Yep.
But you can go ahead and just like put it on your desktop. You can just save it again.
Ah,
Uh, you can call it whatever you want, but
all right.
we'll just put it here on the desktop, call it default, hit save.
Yeah.
And then it'll be like on the desktop here, default.
Mhm.
And then here's my new one, say this is a fresh install. I can go templates, load a template, and then I can navigate to my desktop.
My desktop and just retrieve it. Okay,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
And then you can save it again into your folder if you
Mhm.
want to put it back
Yeah.
in.
So the reason I'm asking that is one of my childs is an MQ MetaQuotes demo, and I can't get the chart to do anything. And I can't, my understanding was I could open it up and trade it without my parent, because I saw somebody doing that. But it's not letting me do that. So I'm thinking that if I can do the desktop trick, retrieve my template, that I might be able to just trade that demo account. The
Yeah.
child demo account, just for practice.
Yeah, that I think that's true. I don't think the only true parent-child relationship that exists is the one you define. So like you can pick the parent or the child, but in general, they're all just accounts that can be traded manually.
Right. So if I'm not trading the parent, I could just go to one of the childs and just practice with it. It's a free account. That's really what the question is. That's what I was trying to do. And my child right now is really static and it won't do anything, but I think it's because I have to set it up. I think it's not.
Yeah, it could be. I'm not there's MetaQuotes is kind of, if it's a MetaQuotes account, sometimes they're kind of weird and buggy and they seem like they
I just wanted
or something sometimes.
Well, I saw somebody doing it, so I know it's possible, but I just wanted to see what.
Yeah, this is one.
Oh, I got my template going and got it.
I was gonna say you're profitable in your $5 million account.
Yeah.
Yes, I placed a trade. I made 1 cent.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yep. Cool. One-click trading.
Are you talking about this guy right here? Ivan?
Is this what you want, Ivan? Yeah, you
so
just
you
click
just have
this
to go. You
tiny
can't
icon.
move it. You can't move it to the bottom or anything. It's built in to stay there. At least I don't know.
Yeah, it just
So
hangs out up here. These two
yeah.
icons, this depth of market thing and one-click trading are always fixed up here. So you can just click the icon and it will show up, and then you can use it.
This used to be my Smack a Brandon button. I would set the quantity to be more than, so like I would have a lot to, nice little drop down for me, and I just got
Fade.
out for goal on that account. So one more account. Yeah. Get my goal. So yeah, I'd like do something like that. And so whenever I'd see Brandon, I'd just come over here and do that. But now with Anubis having that button, it's kind of nice. So that's how I would do that.
The second, are you talking about the sell button? It's not in this.
Oh, he's talking about this button right there.
This one. This. This I don't use.
It's obviously just a line graph.
Yeah, I think this is like the order block for like pending orders. But yeah, I don't. I don't know how useful it is. I mean, maybe if I looked at the Fivers account, it might make more sense. Yeah, so like this one has like 30 lots here at this price. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a different way to trade, one that we don't really use here. But I mean, like if you were to look at it, it's kind of like, wow, there's like 50 lots worth of orders waiting at this price up here, which is going to correlate to support and resistance with that we use. And this is kind of a small screen, so you can't really even see the whole chart. Yeah, it's like, wow, a lot of orders up here, orders here. So when price gets here, it's going to have a hard time breaking through because it's got to fill 15 lots worth of orders before it can go on to the next price. But I mean, like it works the same way as it's hard to break through this and bounces off of it whenever you're just reading the charts. But yeah, I don't know. It's debatable because it's like, what do you call it? Forex is decentralized. So when the open does not display. Are you still talking about this button? Because I don't know. I would just say don't use it if that's what you're talking about, it not displaying. If you're talking about this one, like cutting off, it could be like your chart maybe is off kilter like that, and just hit your grid and it'll bring it back to the middle. Sometimes if your chart starts sliding underneath your market watch window, things get cut off. So you just need to move it or minimize your market.
Yeah, another trick that I do to give me more space is I don't really need like this stuff over here when I'm trading. So I'll shrink that over that way, or may shrink my orders down just to give me more space here. Right.
I usually have it smacked.
Because I don't need those once I set up all my indicators and all that kind of stuff that I use. Well, yeah. Good job, Nick. Great job, Nick.
Well, I hope that's helpful. If there's anything that comes up that you guys like, Ivan, if you have more questions or something, you guys can just message me or just post it in the Discord and I'll take a screenshot of something for you. Yes, of course. $9.99.
Hey, well, at least you managed to keep Ed awake, so that's a plus.
That is a plus. I'll have my course in the MT5 store.
If you, but nobody can use it because you can't find the shopping.
Can't find the shopping.
All right, guys. Well, I think we'll jump over to the hot seat session, and we won't stay on too late, but I do have some things I want to talk to you guys about, and we'll go from there. So All right, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Great job.
Thank you. Appreciate
Great
it.
job.
And we'll see the hot seaters over there. Thanks, guys.